So one of the biggest questions that I get asked all the time is people say, Casey, how do you stay motivated all of the time? Or people say, Casey, how do I stay motivated? Or they ask my general advice as to how I stayed motivated and or dedicated through my journey, whether that be business or anything that I've done online. And this video is going to be a harsh wake-up call. This video is going to probably be a harsh dose of reality because 99% of people today are weak as piss. And that's just a statement that is completely true. That statement wasn't meant to piss anybody off or offend anybody, but the truth is most people are so absolutely weak, they have to even ask this question in the first place. So what we have to do is we have to actually break down why they ask this, and then we have to break down why they can't stay motivated. So the first piece to this, the reason why they ask this is because what they are trying to do is figure out how to use emotion or feeling, the feeling of motivation, the feeling of something woo-woo or powerful to get them engaged to chase their goals. And the reason why this is total horseshit, the reason why you're a weak individual if you have to rely on that, is because deep down you truly don't want your dream life. Like the biggest reason why you can't stay motivated is because you have not envisioned what your dream life would actually be. So like for myself, for example, I got really, really clear on my dream life when I was 18 years old. I knew exactly how I wanted to look. I knew I wanted six-pack abs. I knew I wanted to build a multi-million-dollar business. I knew that I wanted to have influence on a channel like this. And this isn't meant to sound arrogant, or this isn't meant to sound like I'm better than anybody, or even with any amount of bravado that you might think that it has. But the truth is I accomplished everything I ever wanted to. There's not a single thing that I have not yet accomplished. I've accomplished everything I've ever wanted to accomplish in my entire life. And the truth is none of it relied on any motivation at all. The fact is all of it relied on me envisioning my dream life and getting there. And we're going to break down what that actually means and how you can apply some of these same principles too. But what this really stemmed into is once I envisioned my dream life, I had a come hell or high water mentality. So come hell or high water, no matter what, I'm going to bust my ass and I'm going to sacrifice and I'm going to get everything done that I need to get done, regardless of how I feel, regardless of if I'm motivated or not, because here's the fact. The only thing that matters in life is when your head hits the pillow at night, you either got the things done that you needed to get done or you didn't. You either got it done or you didn't. That's it. Nothing else. Doesn't matter who was mean to you. Doesn't matter what your boss said. Doesn't matter what your girlfriend said. Doesn't matter what your psycho parents might have told you. It doesn't matter. You either got your shit done and you performed or you didn't. And if you don't get your shit done that you needed to get done, what you really have to ask yourself at the end of the day is why? Why were you weak when you should have been strong? So that's the first piece to this. The first part, the way to stay motivated 24/7, you have to envision your dream life and you have to want that. But now let's look at the deeper root cause of this. Why do people think that they need motivation in the first place? You see this a lot, for example, with gyms, right? Oh, it's January 1st, so I'm going to get fit. Oh, it's January 1st, so I set my new income goal, right? And then what happens after a week? Right? They just fizzle out. They fizzle out because they rely on motivation. They rely on the feeling, right? The feeling that since it's the 1st of January, I'm going to do things differently. Now I'm going to succeed. And they fail. And they fail because they're weak. And they're weak because they don't actually want a true change. Later on in this video, I'm going to break down how I live my entire life. Okay, and in order to understand this, you have to understand one word first. The only way to be motivated 24/7 is you have to understand motivation's horseshit and it doesn't exist. And the only thing that truly matters is if you're dedicated. If you're a dedicated individual. So my life has been extremely hard. I would say my life is 3 to 5x harder than anybody else's life that I've compared to at my age that I've actually met or known in person. And once again, this isn't to brag. This just is a sacrificial element, and you have to actually understand. If you want to get somewhere in life, if you want success, you're going to have to sacrifice. And if you're not willing to sacrifice, you're going to have to ask yourself why. So I had a really hard life, and I had a hard life because in order to get anything in life, you have to do hard things. If it was easy, everybody would have it. Like if it was easy, everybody would have a six pack. If it was easy, everybody would have $1 million. If it was easy, everybody would have their dream dating life. If it was easy, everybody would have a good mindset and a good head on their shoulders, but they don't. Most people are completely screwed up, and they're completely screwed up because they think that things should be fun, things should feel good, things should rely on motivation, things should be pleasurable, and things should equal a good experience. That's not how life works. When I took a look at how I planned out my life, like everything that I had to do, and once again, this isn't to brag, right? This video is meant to serve you. Like this is about you. This isn't about me because I already reached my goals, and typically what I set out to do, I usually always get. So screw me, right? Like if you're not able to get your goals, you got to ask yourself, are you weak as piss? And why are you weak as piss? Because piss is pretty weak. So when I looked at my life, I was like, okay, the business expenses that I have right now and the operational drag, and at one point the employee drag that I had of like payroll and operations and everything, I was taking on the stress of a 45 to 50-year-old guy, and I was 24 years old. Right? When I was dieting super hardcore, right, to get in the best shape of my life, like 6 days a week, I was in the gym for an hour and a half at a time. I had my meals prepped. I tracked every single macro. I recorded every single exercise. I vlogged my entire life. I showed that aspect. It was relied on dedication. The truth is you got to get used to doing really hard things. So when you see the outside aspect of somebody's life, like you might take a look at this camera and you might think, man, Casey's so cool. You're so cool, man. You got those cool plaques on the wall, right? Or you got that YouTube channel, or you got all these customers and these clients, these communities. You got all this shit that you did, right? That sounds cool. The truth is my life sucked ass. Like that's what you got to understand about motivation. You're not going to be motivated. It sucks. It all sucks. Every day of my life completely sucked. And still to this day, most of it sucks, right? I'm not super excited to get up and work. I'm not super excited to stare at the computer for 6 hours a day or whatever, or 8 hours a day. I'm not excited to go through all this mental drag to learn how to continue to build my wealth, build my finances, but I have to. And I have to because it's my purpose. So this is where purpose comes into play. You will never rely solely on motivation. You will never stay motivated if you don't personally believe that what you're doing has purpose and has impact in your life. So what I'm doing right now, I'm not going to fully release my plan and my strategy of what I'm doing over the next 5 to 10 years because that's my personal notes, okay? But what I'm doing is I'm crafting something that I'm hoping plays out really well. And in order for me to get this to play out really well, I'm going to have to basically be dedicated for probably 10 hours a day, every day of the week, Monday through Friday or Monday through Saturday at least, for probably 8 to 12 hours per day, every day. No excuses. I have no boss telling me to do that. I have nobody on my ass telling me to get it done. It's all on me. Because I feel as if it's my purpose to do so. And the way that I want to impact the world, or the way that I want to change people's lives, or the way that I want to change my life is only going to come if I do it. So how do you stay motivated? You stay motivated by realizing you have no option. You have no option other than to stay motivated. Because in retrospect, the reverse to that is you're going to fail. You're going to completely fail. You're not going to get what you want. You're not going to live in the type of house that you want to live in. You're not going to be high value. You're not going to be high success. You're not going to have purpose. You're going to live the exact same way as 99% of other people. And this is why on this channel throughout the entire time, I've always said you are either full stack or you're not, because there's no such thing as a one-trick pony. How you do one thing is how you do everything. If you're overweight, if you're not in very good shape, if you eat poor food, that's going to bleed into your mental cognition and how much money you make. That's going to bleed into your sanity, okay? Look at this at a deeper level, though. If you're eating bad food and you don't look good and your fitness isn't on point, not only are you going to make less money, but you're going to be less physically attractive. It's going to be harder for you to date. Now you know what comes with that? More insecurity. You know what also comes with that? Self-doubt. You know what also comes with that? Social anxiety. All of these things stem from up here, your brain. This is the only thing that you can control. And most people's brain, once again, is weak as piss. If you need motivation, you have to understand you're a weak-willed individual. because you are not going to be motivated ever. Like if I'm motivated, if I watch like an old like Mike Tyson fight, right, or like a Khabib match or something where like he's fighting or beating the crap out of McGregor, right, I'll be motivated for like 5-10 seconds. I'll be like, wow, that was so cool. Look at me. My internal state's pumped up. I got this big rush of excitement. I'm so cool. This is awesome. And then real life reality sits. And I'm in the same house with the same technology, with the same people in the same town doing the same damn thing. And the only thing that separates winners from losers is winners can do the exact same thing every single day, the boring work every single day, stack it and stack it and stack it and compound that boring work over and over and over and sacrifice to what would on the outside looking in appear that they're actually insane. They can compound that effort. They can compound that drive. They can compound that dedication and force focus it into one thing for so long, it would be unreasonable to think that they wouldn't be successful. If you have to rely on motivation, you're a weak-willed individual because motivation fizzles out. Motivation is for people who are weak as piss. If you're not weak as piss and you're a member of this channel and you're a 1%er and you are on your mission to being full stack, this one's for you. My brother and I just released our first ever Inner Circle Mastermind or Inner Circle community. This is a Zander Bros community where we're actually showing you behind the scenes content we cannot show on YouTube. We're giving you proprietary frameworks to help you make more money, help you level up, help you be high value, help you find your true purpose, help you overcome these issues that are plaguing 99% of people. So that way you get to network with myself and my brother. You get to network with everybody in there. We get to hop on calls with you and we get to make sure that you're taken care of. So that way you can truly be on the right impact to follow your mission, to be on your purpose, and to sustain the dedication habits that it takes to actually win. Guys, you can have every single tactic in the world. You can have every single strategy in the world. If you don't have the right mindset and you don't have the right people in your corner to keep you pressing, that's called the real game of life, and you will probably lose, which is why I set this up. So we have an enrollment cap right now at 50 people. Okay, the first 50 that join, you're going to get backstage access into this. We're really close to capacity because I only released this on a video previous last week, just one. That's the only video that it's on, and this one now. That's it. Hit the like button, comment, and subscribe. Let me know what you guys want to see next in the comments. We'll see you in the next one.